A Nurses Week order, I can get 1 year and not get the next year. How do I make up that money? Okay, it's not a necessity, it's an accessory. Okay, accessories can be limited. Necessities is what I want to target in this meeting. A necessity for a hospital is anything that can increase the patient satisfaction aspect of their job. That means anything that they can recover from if there's construction in the facility and they're getting complaints. If a new program just came out and the lines are so long because people have to re-sign up on it. If the units are very noisy and they need to have quiet. If the emergency room is overflowing and people are complaining, okay? Those are patient issues that hospitals have to deal with. On top of other stuff, sort of like, okay, it's flu season, we have flu out there, what can we do to promote the flu? We have hydration problems because it's so cold or hot in the hospital, how do we keep our patients hydrated? These are programs that do not exist, but do exist in my realm. I created them. I create, or you create, the concept. We're talking concept here. It doesn't matter what my concept is, but the quiet program concept, okay? To communicate that to your customer is very important how you do that. And you're all very skilled. I've sat with a lot of you. I've been mentoring you. We'll be going through these processes when I come back from California as well. Because it's how you feel talking to them, the comfortability level, not no. You have to be sure of what you're selling. And I can make you sure because it's proven successful. Okay? It's proven successful. Some of you here have some programs going on already and have done it once. Once you do it once, that's the easiest part. You could do it over and over and over again. You take what you learned and you bring it to all of your hospitals. Not all hospital systems run the same. Kaiser doesn't run the same as RWJ, as Ascension. Everyone's different. But once you find, say with you, John, once you find with Baylor something works, don't you go to the other Baylors and talk to them about it?
Yeah.
Okay? That's, and that you didn't say yes right away. You have to say yeah, because once it works in one hospital, it will work in the other hospitals because it's a system. You have to believe that. And once they know that one of their sister hospitals are doing it, they want to do it. And you can build onto that relationship with all these different programs. So how did I get into the first program? Of course, everyone knows about the diaper bag program, okay? So the diaper bag program isn't an easy sell, but all of you now are calling for breastfeeding, right? This is like the last week you should be calling for the breastfeeding box because we have 2 more weeks for breastfeeding. The same customer you're talking to breastfeeding is, you're already talking to them. Oh, do you have a diaper bag program? Ease into it very naturally, au natural, very naturally. Oh, do you have a diaper bag program? Oh, you do? What are you using? Oh, do you mind showing it to me? Maybe I can save you money on it. They're like, oh, you know, no one ever approaches them about these things. No one ever takes control. Yeah, so what, they have a vendor already. So what? Kaiser had a vendor too. I looked at their diaper bag and I even said, ew, it's disgusting. You know? This is what you do. You ask. If you don't ask, you won't get. Do you understand? Don't be scared. No one's going to slam the phone on you. No. And if they say no, then it's no. But the what ifs in life, you can't do that. You got to go for the gusto. You have the person on the phone, how many births you have. Do you have a diaper bag program? Oh, if you don't have a diaper bag program, can I show you or send you our sell sheet that shows you our diaper bag program? Good inlet. Send them the sell sheet. From the sell sheet, then you build onto the samples. You don't have to go right to samples. You want to get their buy-on. You want to discuss it further with them, okay? Then they'll see the sell sheet. They'll be like, oh, can you send me the samples? It's a process. And you're the one who takes their hand, and you're the one who guides them through the process, okay? So then you have the diaper bag sell sheet, which everyone has, I gave to Deshaun, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay? then you have that. And then you work with them about what they pick out for the diaper bag. Start with a budget. Everyone, please, always start with a budget. I know you don't like to discuss money, but it saves a lot of running around. Because if you're giving them a $12 diaper bag, but their budget is $5, what good does that do you or them? You want to target. Target your audience. Targeting means budget. Once you have the budget and how many pieces they need, you work backwards. Then you build up the kit. You have to start with a budget. Okay? So that's for the diaper bags. And it's a very easy. The breastfeeding, maternal child people, labor and delivery, that's who you're talking to, okay? Some might say corporate does it. Don't be scared. Do you know anyone in corporate I can talk to? They might not tell you, they might. But then you go on the websites, okay? Websites are golden. They give names of who's in charge from the corporate, from the leadership standpoint, everything like that. All your names are on the website. You have to get the right person. You have to ask the question, are you the buyer? I mean, sometimes I'm talking, oh, I'll give those samples to my manager. Oh, stop right there. What's your manager's name? No. Okay, thank you. I keep on continuing to talk to the person, but I know that she's not the right person. I know I need to get up, one, because she's not the decision maker. For those big buys, you need the decision maker. You can start with the assistant because the assistant slides you in, but you ultimately have to end up with the decision maker in the process. Okay? You can start with the assistant, then slide in. Okay? So that's with diaper bags. Now, with amenity kits, it's different because amenity kits, who buys them? Does anyone know who buys them? Which department buys them? Does anyone know?
Environmental services.
Service excellence.
Marketing. Great. So all of you are right. And my word would be every department buys them. Every department has a use for them.
Even volunteers.
Okay?
Every department has a use for them. Again, it's how you position it. It's how you position it. It's if there's a problem, positive is the solution. Do you understand? If there's a patient issue, positive is the solution. You have to talk to your customers to learn about your customers. You have to talk to your customers to see what they do. Because they're volunteer coordinator, that's not only what they do, volunteer events. They are correlated and report to the patient care experience person. I hope everyone knows that. Volunteers are directly report to the patient experience person. It all has to do with the patients, okay? So the patients, when you're talking about kits, can be anything. If you want to talk to admissions, maybe it's an admission kit. If you want to talk to the emergency room, and it's an emergency kit, and so forth. You have to direct your language to whoever you're speaking to at that moment, okay? And you have to be able to ask that questions. Talking to emergency nurses soon, right? For Emergency Nurses Week, I'm going to be talking about, oh, do you have an overflow in the emergency room? Do you need any coloring books?
What's an overflow in the emergency room?
Overflow in the emergency room means, okay, all the rooms in the emergency room are taken, and people are sitting outside on the gurneys, and they don't have the same room as the people because there's no room to put them. So they're paying the same money as the people who are getting those rooms, but they're sitting in the gurneys. People are passing them, people are hitting them, everything, and they're like left out there. They're the forgotten souls. So that is a major problem in a lot of emergency rooms where they give out these kits that have maybe a water bottle, a Sudoku book, a little like sanitizer, or maybe like earplugs, that they say, I'm sorry, you know, I can't get you into room now, but we really care about you. Here's a little gift of appreciation. We know, you know, as soon as we can get you in a room, we will. Those things make a lot of difference. That might be like, it might get them a B instead of a C. I don't know how the scoring is exactly, but that's something that you need to know about. Are you having problems like that? Okay, the same thing with building a new wing in a facility. A lot of construction's happening. A lot of stuff is going on. There's dust all over the hospital. okay? They might want a recovery kit. People coming into the hospital, they might want to give out a mask and an earplug and a little purse and maybe a water bottle or something, okay? Saying, sorry about the construction, here's something to help you out. That I've done stuff like that. The biggest thing in all the hospitals, and you all know it, is quiet, right? Quiet seems to be the #1 thing on the Press Ganey.
And if they're having construction, you can find that out on their websites, because they boast and they like to brag about
New emergency
building, right.
being built here. Definitely, definitely. So what happens when you're talking about a kit? A kit can be a variation of something. I go and visit a customer and I'm like, oh, do you do quiet kits? Oh yeah, we do a quiet kit. Oh, can I see it? Oh, here it is. Here's a quiet kit. Here's a quiet kit that someone gave me. I'm like, oh. They're like, yeah. And I'm like, well, can I take it and maybe show you a different kind of quiet kit so I can save you some money and it looks better? Oh, please, help me, please. I've been trying to figure it out myself. Do you understand? That you don't ask,
That's pretty tacky.
they don't tell. Here, look at it.
Yeah,
It's all,
that's tacky.
okay? So from that quiet kit,
So this is the before?
that's the before, and this is the after.
And what department was this in?
Okay, this is for patient care services. It's to give to every patient that gets admitted. So what happens, every floor that, has patients sitting in them, they all get a bunch of kits. So when the patient gets to the room, what do? They put a little survey on here. Not the HCAP, not the Press Ganey, their own survey, so they can get ahead of it to see what's wrong. And they hand this out to the to the patient. And here's a nice kit. It has the earplugs, ear mask, chapsticks, lotion, and a pad and a pen to write down whatever anyone's telling them, right? In this nice origami bag. They did not care that it wasn't branded. This was what is important, that it looked nice. And it looked
So
fresh.
none of the merchandise inside it is branded to the hospital?
Yes,
Right.
just
the journal?
The journal and the Thrive,
Loves it.
lip.
Okay.
Yep, that's it. That's it. That's what all that's branded.
So how does the patient receive that?
When they get admitted to the room, the nurse brings it to them.
So everybody that gets admitted to a room gets this kit?
Yep, I sell 500 of these every 3 months.
And how much does that cost?
$6.99.
And how much compared to that thing?
That was, I don't know how much what their cost was on that, because I didn't really go into that. I think they said about $3. But they wanted something classier and they only could find that. And then here I come, again, your customers are looking for stuff you don't know until you ask the question. And that's what I can't put out there more. Ask the question. Don't be scared.
So what would you do first? What department would you ask for? If let's say you're making a phone call, you're not really sure who's in charge of what, you're not even sure what department handles what, where would you start?
Patient experience.
So you would just call the switchboard operator and say patient experience, please?
Yep, patient care experience or patient relations. Different people have different, but it's patient.
And what title person are you asking for?
I'm asking for the director, because that's the person who has the ability. All the assistants only do what the directors want. I just went to Robert Wood RWJBH 2 weeks ago. I went to 4 hospitals. I met with the director of patient relations each time, and she had 2 or 3 people working for her. But she's the one who makes the decision. Everyone is on a different project, but she makes the ultimate decision about what's going on.
Bob?
Also, don't limit yourself to adult kits, because a lot of these hospitals have pediatric units.
Well, that's it. Again,
Well.
what we said, every department is your customer. I haven't been lucky with ped kits. You know what I mean? I haven't been. I've tried. I haven't been. I've been more lucky with the diaper bags. But peds, even like geriatrics might have something. Even NICU is different than regular labor and delivery, because NICU stays in the hospital for a long time, the kids. Do you understand? And intensive care, like every unit has a different need. So you're talking like to perioperative services, you're talking to respiratory, you're talking to all these things. You don't know what kind of kit they need or they want. You know what I mean? It's and you don't know what the budget is, so you have to feel it out.
So Jeannie, you get on patient care experiences, you get transferred to the director, then what happens next?
Okay, so I call the director, I introduce myself, and I say, you know, we're having a great experience with our quiet program. Would you like to hear about it? Is that one of the problems that you're facing in your hospital? Because I know, because I'd say to her, I know it is. Do you understand? Because I know, you know, we know. Well, what we know, and we need to tell them that we know because they want to talk to people who understand them. They don't want to talk to any Tom, Dick, and Harry who's trying to sell them a pen. They want to talk to Marshall, who's talking to them in their terms. Press gain, HCAPS. We're here to help you with your scores, in their terminology.
Now, prior to the call, you're doing research to see what type of ratings and scores they have.
No, I don't go after anything about what their scores are or anything like that. Again, I'm coming in from the strong point of quiet programs are in. Every hospital has these problems. It's my knowledge that a lot of hospitals, and I can tell you for a fact, have quiet programs, and I have to go search it out. That I'm coming in with like a bulldog. I'm going to tell her that this is what we do, I can do this for her, and I want to do it for her, and I can save her time and money if she's doing it already, if she just gives me the kit, and I can, figure it out how to save her time and money. It's to her benefit to let me do that for her. Plus, most of them put it together themselves. That's our strong point, that we put it all together.
So you're saving them time, you're solving an issue, you're saving them time.
Time and money.
Right?
Yeah, I'm saving them time.
Resources,
Yep.
it just goes to everything.
And when you have them send you the kit, you give them our FedEx number, so it's no cost to them, because they might be a little hesitant.
Yeah, we can do that, Johnny.
You
That's
can
no
you
problem.
can do that, but I never
Or
they
they can
never
send
asked me.
They
I
can
was
saying
send
if
you an
wanna get a
image.
hint,
Or they can send an image.
Well,
Yeah,
send an
or
image.
send
Yeah.
an image.
Yeah,
Seems like
but you could,
got a
yes, you,
couple of
if you have your customer sending you something, there's no reason you can't give them the
Of
FedEx
course.
number if they ask. I never
I don't
tell
know
them
how
I'll
often
do it.
that's happened.
Do you know what I mean? I never, if they ask, I'll do it. But yes,
Okay.
definitely. You know, and it's to your benefit, especially because you go and visit your hospitals,
Yeah,
is to
sure.
go, is to go after them and get the physical sample. Like,
Yeah, of
oh, can you
course.
give me one? If you have one, can you give me one?
Yeah, like the one that we took from Methodist, remember?
We took from Methodist and even.
And from Baylor also.
Baylor
Yeah.
showed us this little quiet kit, and kind of was like a smaller version of the product that you had.
Yeah.
It's just-
So a lot of them are just piecing it together themselves, right, Jeannie?
Yeah.
So now you're coming in and creating a custom kit specifically for that facility. So
Exactly.
what's the next example?
So the next example is, okay, everyone starts with the AK3. So if you send a sample to everyone, they start with the AK3, right? Everyone knows what the AK3 is, the mask, the earplugs, and the shush thing, right? So now I just want you to know the earplugs are gonna go to cordless, because I've gotten a lot of complaints that the earplugs have the cords on it.
Right.
So we're going to cordless now, okay? Because it's a safety hazard, all right? So they say, okay, but can you add this? What if you add this? What if you add this? Then you end up with something like this. I think these are two different ones, okay? You end up something, this one wanted a toothbrush in it. She wanted a Dial soap. Shampoo. And this is one, and this is the exact logo. Okay, and that's not for Kaiser, that's for Cabell Huntington. So again, that's a non-Kaiser that I did for, okay? So, and then Kaiser wanted something, they wanted a littler notebook, because I showed them this, they didn't want that, because they liked the bag option, that you can use the bag. Yes?
We have several ones made up already in the back.
Yeah, AK3s are being made up. I actually, I have it's HFK, can I give them that HFK?
Sure.
HFK-222 is my Amenity kit.
Does that have all your?
Does that have
information
your name
though?
on it?
No, it doesn't
Oh,
have my
okay.
name on it, nothing.
We got the other
We got the other flute
The other-
kit and whatnot. and it
one of the
has
kids that you in the nice little tote bag, and all of
Yeah.
a sudden we look at it and go, oh, we can't
Every
use these.
item
Jeannie's
has
name's
pull
all
that.
over them.
Okay, well, we'll pull it then, because that's
Yeah.
it, the flu kit, It's the flu bag with the kits in it.
Yeah.
But I think they put
that's-
my name in it.
But you're
All-
imprinted
all
on
the-
everything.
all- yeah,
Everything's
your imprints on
imprinted.
every
All
item.
right, so then maybe Sean needs
can
to
make up
make
one that is
some.
just
I only have
generic
18
one.
left. I only have 18 left. You might want to give them a different item, HFK number.
Right.
Pull one
But
together.
that's the
Okay.
concept.
So
The
don't
flu
use
bag.
HFK 22 yet.
Yeah, don't use that one
Right.
because it's 18 left. I didn't, you
Well,
know.
we do have several
But
of
here-
the AK3.
Yeah, but AK3s is, it's like 2 or 3 different kits in there.
AK3s is
In the
good.
flu bag. Why the flu bag? Why the flu bag? The flu season is coming up. It's a residual order. It will come every year. They need to make their numbers to get the shots. They need the patients to get the shots. They need the employees to get the shot. So my flu bag, Kaiser buys like 20,000 of them, and they give it out to anyone who gets a flu shot. And it's you could sell it for $1.99 and still make a 50% profit.
Who's the
Okay.
buyer for that though? Who's the
Okay, infection prevention department.
Okay.
Okay, you start there. With Kaiser, it's administration handles the flu clinics. But you just start with infection prevention and you ask about flu clinic, or you go on their website and put in the word flu. You could search on if you put in on your customer's website the word volunteer, it brings you right to the volunteer director stuff. If you put in baby, it will bring you right to the, like, you can clue it in. Leadership, you know, I taught a lot of you where to find all those, but names and events and stuff is right on that website for you.
We're going right back to where Mike was going. You get the director of patient relations on the phone now, right?
Sure.
How does that first conversation go?
Okay. Okay, so this is it. You're the director of patient relations, right? And I'm going to talk to you, right?
Okay.
Hi, Marshall. It's Jeannie from Positive Promotions. How you doing today?
Great, Jeannie. How are you today?
Great. I have this great idea that I want to talk to you about. Are you having problems with noise in your facility? No. Don't answer it, because I know you are. And I'm here to help you. And we have this great quiet kit that I'd love to send to you to review. And it's doing so great in all the other facilities. Do you have time maybe to take a look at it if I send it to you?
Absolutely.
They never say no, baby.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
what it is. You own it. You see how I didn't I was like, no, and I try to make a joke of it. No, don't answer that. I do that a lot. Okay? Because it makes me more like their friend.
So what
You know, I'm not talking at
phone call?
them, I'm talking to them, you know?
So what usually happens when you have that kind of phone call?
That-
What are the typical responses you get?
Typical responses is, look, we don't have, there's 3 responses.
Okay.
Look, we don't have a program right now, but I'm willing to take a look at your sample,
So that's good, right?
right?
Okay.
2, we have a kit already and we're not looking for anything else. And when they say something like that, I said, well, you know, a lot of facilities I've been dealing with have shown me their kits, and I was able to save them like $1 or $2 off of every kit. That gets their ears. Get the money out there. Get the money out there. Gets them to say $1 or $2. Give me a shot. I tell them, give me a shot. You have nothing to lose, but you have a lot to gain. I can make you shine, I tell them. And then the third one is yes, I'd love to look at the kits. Send them to me. So you have those 3 options that you have in your mind. You need to have ready to flow it out. Whatever they say to you, when they say to you, no, I'm not interested, you can't just shut down. And I know that some of you might. You can't shut down on that. You have to come right back at them and say, oh, that's great, I'm glad you have one of those kits. It really can help you with the scores. I know it does in my other hospitals. Do you mind if I just send you the kit anyway so you could take a look and compare it to what you have? Right? Flows right in there. You're not being too pushy. You're agreeing with her. You're buying on to what she says. Yet you're still trying to get your stuff in there.
So I think that's an easy call, because you're getting them to agree to send something. It's going to be very hard for them to say, no, don't send it to me. What's your follow-up call? Because now this is where you really have to delve in.
Okay, so I'm sending out my HFK 2222. I'm sending it out to them. They get it, right? It's a week goes by. I call them up. I follow up with them, and I say, hi, it's Jeannie from Positive. Did you get this great item I sent you? And if they say yes, we're looking at it. It can go 3 ways. Either yes, they didn't get to look at it yet, because that's what happens with a lot of the boxes sometimes. I don't know. Sometimes they don't look at it. I don't know if that's what they say. Or they say, yes, I passed it on, and leadership's looking at it. And so for me, if I say to them, well, how many are you, do you buy presently? So if it's a high number, and if I can get there, I'll try to get there. Like that's why I
to the
went
leadership person?
Yeah, to the hospital. Like that's why I went to Robert Wood Johnson. If you can get there,
Okay.
I would try to physically get there. If I feel like there's an interest there, especially you're in New York, right? If you can get there, you're in New York, get there, because you'll make a better impact there. I try to say to them, if you're having a meeting about it, do you need me to come? And I can present other items, and I can show you, who else has used it, and I have a whole presentation about it, So you have to make them your champion.
What's a high number to you?
High number to me is like, I do like 2,500 for one facility.
2,500
Pieces.
total for the year.
No, every 3 months.
Every 3 months. Okay. So
Okay.
you're looking at
Yeah.
14,000.
Yeah. If you think of
Anything over
admittance,
10,000.
if you're thinking admittance, on the AHD
Yep.
website, you can see how many people are admitted.
Yep.
So you can kind of see how many kits they would have. But again, people don't go for those big buys right away. They're like, can I have 200 now so I can try it? And you say yes. And I always give them the 200 piece at the end quantity price. So it's $1.99 or something like that. This comes out to be, because it's like my promotion to them. Do you understand? I want them to like the product. So 200 seems to be like the starting amount. It seems all the time. So start them out with that. They have nothing to lose. You explain to them the advantage of the branding on the bag, that they could take the bag with them everywhere, and your branding will be with them everywhere. That's why you like this bag.
So you just made a really good point, Jeannie. So it's also a very low risk for the facility, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to commit to 25,000, 30,000 for the year. We can say, listen, if you want to see if the proof is really in the pudding, let's start with a small test to see what kind of impact the kit is having with your overall patient experience, and then we can reassess the situation after 30 days to see if it makes sense
Exactly.
to go to a larger scale, right?
Exactly, and that's how it usually works. It usually starts small, and then I end up getting a lot of reorders for it. I do a bigger kit for Kaiser, which I don't have a sample of. It's $12.99. It includes a fleece blanket, a hard-covered notebook, a water bottle, and stuff like that, because my Roseville Kaiser is going under construction for the last year, and they've been getting killed on scores. Killed.
Are they doing anything prior to the big kit with you, or you just moved right into the big
I moved right into the big kit with them because I called them about kits, and they're like, oh my God, perfect timing, and so and so. And again, I start from the bottom. What's your budget? And she said like $15, and I got everything she wanted. Yeah, and I was like, all right.
Wow.
Yeah.
And like now every 2 months I get like 250, 500 pieces to do. Okay, so that's like it's in a backpack.
Do you have a sample?
No, I just shipped it out, and I just shipped.
Do you have a sell sheet on it?
My last one to Kaiser. I just shipped it I'll have it when I come back from
Okay,
Kaiser. But I do have. So again, amenity kits and kits are great, but a kit doesn't have to be like this. Do you understand? This can be a kit.
Is that the first kit you did?
This
The
is-
mom's kit?
Yeah, was my new mom's kit. It had the champagne glasses and an apple cider. Okay, $10.99. Instead of a diaper bag, they give this out when like some hospitals do lobster dinner or something. I don't know, and they give out the 2 glasses which have the Kaiser on it and the apple cider as a kid. And this said new mom. This I did for an event, anniversaries, anything. It can be due for anything. Again, concept. I'm not selling this. This mask thing. I'm selling the concept of making a kit out of a paper box, which saves everyone money. Anything they want to put in it, I put in glasses and a cider bottle, but maybe we want to put in a rattle or a stuffed animal, and that's the kit. Do you understand? Or put in a blanket, whatever it is, whatever the concept is. This is just another concept in the realm of concepts and kitting.
I think you just raised a good point there, because we all think about the diaper bag program, and that's a little hard maybe for you to get in the door right away, but to come up with, here's a gift that just has a receiving blanket in it and a rattle, and it's nicely packaged, can be the entry point because it's a low risk, it's low cost, and then they see the value of it, and then it becomes, oh, we could go bigger scale.
And that is a good point. You know what? And I know that, I think, Jeannie, you've used this before, and other people in healthcare, instead of asking directly about the diaper bag, they use the term gifts for the new moms and newborns. As opposed to saying diaper bag, because somebody might not do the diaper bag.
New mom program.
Like a discharge.
I would
New
do
mom-
grandparent program too.
New mom program, quiet program, just make a hydration program, make it a program. Whose program is it? Who cares? It's your program. You own it. I own it. I made it up. Is there a quiet program in the world? Hell no, but I made it up. That's what it is. And it sounds more professional. It sounds like you really know what you're doing. They don't have to know that we don't sometimes, and we just go, you know, we wing it to make it work, you know what I mean? But we wing it in a way that's professional, because we know what we're doing. We already have experience in this. Do you understand? There's no stuttering with this. We know what we're doing. We know we have the stuff.
All right, so we got about 15 minutes left.
Oh, sorry.
And I think
okay.
the other piece is, guys, kits differentiate you from every other promotional distributor out there.
And as Bob does it too, and everyone's done it, we can take any item we have, which we sell this in blue and white, right? And we can make it whatever they want. Do you understand? For diaper bags, for their price points, we can make it insulated, non-insulated. We can make the straps longer. We can make a side strap. We can make this pink. We have the creativity in this place and the support in this place to do whatever your customer wants in terms of kits and patient satisfaction.
So you produce that bag custom for Cable Huntington?
Yep, 3,000.
3,000 pieces.
Yep.
And what's the
and
price
it's a
on it?
$6.99. A standalone hospital, okay? And this is non-insulated. The same bag, this is the standard bag. Do you see how it looks different? Standard bag,
insulated.
2-color imprint. I have all 8 hospitals doing $5 for this bag. It's a Seaside tote.
Wow.
It's my best diaper bag.
The Seaside?
Yep, my
Is it still
best
active?
one. Yes. Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay, I'm doing an Ascension mailing, 134 hospitals, with a diaper bag, bottle bag, blanket, a calendar, and a new mom's handbook.
All stuffed into that.
All stuffed into here. To 134 of my Ascension, because that's going to be my next Kaiser. Okay? And that's why I go. I'm persistent. They say no, I come back a month later. They say no, I keep on coming back until they have to throw me a bone. If it's not for the diaper bag, it's for a jacket order. But they're gonna throw me something, and then they're gonna get to like me. Then I'm gonna penetrate and penetrate until they give me that diaper bag order. All right? And that's how it is. And that's the persistency, because we are the only ones who do this. Just know it. Not for Imprint, not Geiger, not anybody. Positive offers you opportunities for your customers in the patient satisfaction realm, with all our packaging and our availability, to do stuff that no one can do. Anyone can get a mug for that nurse. Anyone can get a water bottle for that emergency room. But no one can put together this quiet kit like Positive. And no one pays attention to your budget and cares about you more than all of you. And that's what you need to make your customer understand. That's building a relationship. So when they do have something, they'll come back to you.
Quick question, Jeannie.
Sure.
Do you ever include in your kits like the custom card
I would
and
think
creative,
that's
like a letter from their facility, or letting them know you're gonna get a score in the mail, make sure you fill it out? I know Tommy does that sometimes. You ever do that?
I don't do any of that. But right now we're working on for Kaiser, and I just want to let you know, you see this inside part, the shush part?
Yes.
We're making a custom Kaiser thing that I'm hoping that's going to take off with the whole region. So I'll be hopefully maybe getting quiet kits from the whole region. We're doing an experiment with 500 right now, and it's going to go, you know.
Ms. Shawn, in one of my kits, I have that kind of a card. Where it
Nice.
shows the facility,
Oh, nice.
shows the individual facility.
Oh, that's nice.
And what it does is it asks people not to play radar at their specific, kind of clock or something like that. Right, we do it down in Florida, we do it digitally, so it's, it's full color.
Oh, we do it in Florida?
Yeah.
What's
so
the
we get a
minimum?
great price. I think it was
really nice.
500.
500. Wow.
Yeah, so those cards, and Tommy does his for like Montefiore too, they put a special card. But you could do that, you could do that with lapel pins too. Does everyone know you can customize like anything? If your customer wants 1,000 lapel pins and want to do a custom card, you could do a custom card. If you want to do a custom box with a saying on it, or even add a card into like a tech trio to slip it in, we can do it. That's stuff that no one can do. That's stuff that you should be telling your customer to add on to the sale. Not just we can sell you this tech trio, but we can put a card in from your CEO or your CNO thanking everybody for it. And we can make a custom box for it. That's what's going to bring you the business. That's how we stand apart. But those are only things that you guys have to communicate to your customers because they don't know. Just one more thing. Everyone looked at my book, and it's always free to look when we were doing Fran's uniform thing. But I added a few programs. Okay, this little bed tumbler thing. Okay, we're gonna maybe start importing it now because all of my hospitals are doing it. I'm actually trying to get like a 30,000 piece order for it now. And it is very, very reasonable. Everyone has it on the side of their bed. It has to do with hydration, and it has the metrics on it. It's really good. Thea did it for Florida Hospital and that's what I want to I'll talk to you when I come back from Kaiser we're gonna try to reinvent that order again, okay? And all right, good. And so have that for me because we're gonna go after that. Okay, so that, and this one is a water bottle with a pill box attached to it. Also, only about $4, guys. These are things, they don't know we do this. They buy it from Worley or whoever, or Medline. If they don't know we have it, we don't, it's good. And again, eyeglass bags, wheelchair bags. If your customer has an item that we don't have, tell them to send it to you. We send it overseas. We make it for them.
That's right.
We customize it. They might be buying something from 4 Imprint. Tell them to send you a sample. We'll do it overseas. We'll save them money. Again, and this is the last thing I'm saying because this is important. You have to tell them what we can do. Don't be scared. Don't shy off. Tell them we are the kit experts. We know it. We live it. And we live it and learn it. And that's it. Tell them. If you don't tell them or if you don't ask them, you're not going to know. And you're going to get blown away when that Nurses Week comes and they say, no, we're only having food. You're going to be like, well, where do I make up this $5,000? How do you make it up? Talk to that same person about quiet programs, about, hydration programs, whatever it is. Make it up that way. Anyone else have any other kits that I didn't see?
Bob, you got your kid here?
Well, I did a couple of diaper programs. One of them I really get a big kick out of.
Got it, Bob?
Yeah, it's for Brooke. I don't have the actual sample, but I have the virtual proofs that we did. So it's a diaper bag. We do 1,200 of these things a year now, but it's going to be growing. They're putting it into their budget as a specific line item.
Okay.
It winds up being a $9,000 order, and along with it, we've been doing these onesies, and I just get a kick out of the saying on the onesie.
I demand you smile. I love that. That's great.
That's good stuff.
That's great.
Thanks, Mom.
Who else? Yeah, I think we're, does anybody else have any questions about just the nature of the call? My genie's in here, just as far as maybe what contacts to reach out to. I know you said patient experience, start with the quiet kit, but what other questions or concerns do you have about thinking about some particular accounts in your territory to start identifying a potential target to go after?
And if you have a good contact in nursing administration, which all of you should, you can ask that person too. Who is your patient care experience leader?
That's a great
They will
point.
tell you. They will tell you. If you can't get in the other way, go right to your nurses person. Ask them, we have a kit, we want to send them out. who's your patient care experience leader? They'll tell you because they work all together in the same office.
Now, what about since a lot of the account managers here are calling on EVS to get the contacts, would you ask the EVS person?
Well, I would ask the EVS person if they give out kits, because in one or two of my other hospitals, it's EVS that gives out the kits,
Okay.
and it's EVS who gives out those containers and stuff. So again, I told you, every department should have a kit for something. You can make it up, you know what I mean? But they could possibly have a kit for everything. And EVS works every day, so I can see it's just like their housekeeping, right?
That's
so
right.
they come and they put the patient kit on the bed,
Right.
they put the water jug here, they clean everything, clean the sheets, right? Roll down the bed. Instead of putting a mint, they put the patient kit, right? Instead of making a duck, they put the water jug. You know what I mean?
Right. And what Jeannie is describing, guys, it's very easy to lose business in your hospitals if you're only focused on selling them on Nurses Week or Hospital Week, because it's going to become a commodity to them, and they're going to go out and they're going to ask for quotes and look at other vendors. When you start doing stuff like this, you are no longer viewed as a commodity supplier to them. You are now somebody who's viewed as a partner with them that's helping them in their overall business. And that is hard for a customer to defect and go to one of your competitors.
Can I bring up something that I've been working on?
Yes.
It's not a kit. Is that okay?
Is it a continuity program?
Yes, it is.
Okay, then yes.
Okay, all right, so, because I was expecting show and tell, I got my stuff ready. So I want to use it because I got it ready. Okay, here we go. I have pictures and documentation to share with everybody. This little, this is one of our ads. Should I stand up? This is one of our ads, and I kept getting a repeat order from this, a couple of hundred, then 500. And I said, what the heck is this thing? I wanted to find out. And it was being ordered by Environmental Services, Deanie. It was being ordered by Environmental Services. So this is a foldable flower power vase.
Okay.
And I sucked every single piece they had from this vendor. It's gone, it's done. I don't know why it's still up on the website. But I had to get one myself because I couldn't figure out how it worked. So this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. And I noticed a repeat performance, a repeat order. So I said finally to Justina, who I trained finally to get quotes, I said to her, what is this? Why are you eating these things alive? What is it? What's this all about? So she sent me back a note. And it says, so I have 2 full-time staff members and 2 part-time. They are given floors to visit based on patient satisfaction scores. So they're trying to raise the scores on these floors. They go to every room on those floors to welcome the patients. So they offer them a flower in these vases. And then the patient can also request a flower. So if somebody requests a flower, they will make it a point to go in and hand off give them a flower in their vase.
Fresh flowers, are they?
They are carnations.
Fresh carnations?
Fresh carnations. We've run out so many times that we've used paper cups to put them in, but it's just not the same. And she sent me pictures of her girls giving out the flowers, which I thought was very sweet. And this is what the carts look like going down the hall.
Wait, is that the comfort cart?
It is the
Yeah,
comfort.
it is. Yeah, it's a comfort card.
Bingo, Fran.
Okay, and so from these conversations, and knowing that we were running out from our vendor and our supplier, we started trying to source them in the United States, and they came up with some pretty ugly ideas. So I said, you know, how about if we get you on some sort of program where we can deliver 2,000 of these to you a month? And she was like, I won't have to remember to do it. I said, no, they'll just come automatically. She was very excited. So,
And that brings a good point that we also We can store stuff here, and I'm sorry, I didn't say that, but good, you said it. We can store stuff here. We can do quarterly or monthly releases. That also sets us apart from everybody.
Okay, so
Thanks, Kat.
this is the, thank you. This is the design we came up with for them. We're having it built in China. We should get our first shipment in whenever the boat gets here, but January, the end of August.
Was that pre or post trailer? Sorry.
So, I just went one step further.
And this started with one order, and then you noticed that they reordered, and then you finally asked the questions,
That's very
what are
good.
you using this for? And then now it's resulted into.
And she introduced me to, actually, she moved me up the line.
Does anyone else have any stuff like Catherine that they see in their bases that they get reorders like every couple of months? Maybe that's something that you need to pull out and kind of attack like Catherine did, because that's a good sign. You were very aware of it, Catherine, because you could have missed it.
And she was the one that introduced, she actually moved me up the line. She brought me to the purchaser, she brought me to the decision maker.
Make them your champions.
And she introduced me to the person that we needed to get this program done. So I took this one step further. Just want to let you know that it was a win-win for everyone.
All right.
Okay. The cost per piece for the customer went from 74 cents down to 56 cents a piece. We got them down to 56 cents a piece.
The next slide's more important.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
like
supposed to be
next slide.
slides. Well, our margin went from 39% to 66%. And,
Nice lift.
yep, which increased our per piece profit margin by 7 cents each. 7 cents, it's not a lot, but it's, and that yielded $840 more in that 12,000 piece order. That initial 12,000 piece order. And just to let you know, I have been talking to the other Beaumonts, it's a Beaumont product. I've been talking to the other Beaumont hospitals, and they've been saying, we're watching this, and they are.
Now, did you have extra pieces coming in for that so you can mail to the other facilities?
When we get them, we'll see what we got.
No, but I'm just,
12,000.
Like, right,
You know
so
what I'm
if
saying,
the
right?
orders for
Overall
12,000,
program.
we should have done an overrun if it was, you know,
It's probably, it's scheduled to go on the 17th, so probably.
we should get an over, yeah. we
yeah,
should
Send
right,
that to
right,
Markenisha,
right,
I think
Terry,
she
she
could
should
do
send
a-
that, a sample
Yep.
out with a letter to all her facilities, right?
Absolutely.
Now, the other facilities are watching this. These pictures came off of the Beaumont website, actually, the inside website.
If we had them do
And
plans, could we imprint them?
They,
Name on it?
they have they actually have a formula trying to figure out how
If it's
this
that.
is improving their HCAP scores.
Okay.
They're watching it,
Over there.
so, there we go.
Oh, the actual
All
pieces,
right.
Terry?
Kathy, let me ask you a question. How many other facilities are there in this Beaumont?
Beaumont, I think, has 8 altogether.
Nice.
8? They all share the same logo?
They do.
They share the same logo.
And if you noticed, it's
Send it with the same
it's
logo.
Beaumont,
No,
no,
I'm thinking other.
There you go.
That's-
So you can do the same
This is a
for-
great example, because you don't have to have a mailing of
somebody-
50 or 100
wanted to
pieces.
send
You
it
can
to
mail to
Detroit
5 or
Medical
10 of your
Center
facilities,
that we could-
one of your things, and you can still
Having the
make
same thing positive.
good impact.
We could do that.
there's
We should
none,
have some
there's none
overruns
left
done
around.
What's that?
Where are you gonna get them?
No,
Who's
the new
designed,
one- the
did
new
they
one.
design that
Your
or
order, what
we
do you think?
designed that?
We designed this here,
We designed that, okay.
but the minimum order on it is 10,000 pieces.
But they have not gone into production yet?
No.
Okay.
All right, great, Kathy. Good job.
That's what
Good job.
Closing thoughts, folks. We've got about 2 minutes left.
No, this was very
Oh,
informative.
Sean was supposed
This
to.
is extremely informative.
I already have a note that we're gonna get some of these sample kits made up. I have copies here of a couple of the things that are in Jeannie's book. And actually, most of the sell sheets that are in Jeannie's book are in that shared drive, sales materials link. I'll send it out to everybody again. They're in there. They also are in sugar, but right now there's so many things in there. I know it's not I'm working on ways to make it easy to find. So I'm gonna get them to you. And
I found a way to do that we can actually categorize and put things so we
Yes.
can make it easy.
And even
for
the
folks.
thread searching, and searching doesn't pull things up, I
Yeah.
think, the way we're naming them and all. So there are materials already available, and we've taken all the things that Jeannie does, and then we make a general version for you guys to use, but we can go and customize that for you as well. So, you know, it's gonna be like, we pick number, whatever number it is, or this one, give me a logo, we'll get it updated, put your contact information in it, and, you know, then you can send it out. And then we'll also get the sample kit set up, and then maybe we'll talk about some of the other kits, variations we could do, and have
Just
a
one
couple other
last
options.
parting thing, uniforms, okay?
Oh, yeah, it's a good
As
point.
of today, you can officially tell your customers to look for the uniforms on the website, okay? Fran
Set up
and
on the
I,
landing
yeah,
page?
Fran and I you worked with Larry, and it came out that uniforms, as of today, you saw that I sent that to you, right?
Oh,
Yeah, we
yeah.
had it up.
This is great.
Yeah, but I just wanna tell them that it hasn't, so now if you're selling uniforms,
Yeah.
you could just tell them to put in the word uniforms. And again, that's because of their budget. We're selling uniforms, guys, volunteer uniforms, scrub uniforms. That's a buy like our kits. It won't go away. It's an all year round thing. They have money for it.
Right,
If they
George,
have a vendor,
you had a nice
tell them
scrub
you
one.
can beat the price. Have them send you pictures. Uniforms, I already got 3 uniform orders. It's really hot. Okay? Sorry to waste, sorry your time.
Not as good stuff. Jeannie, anything else, Jeannie? All right. Fran, any closing thoughts?
We are working on a new Amenity Kits catalog, and I see the Amenity Kits catalog as a sales tool, not necessarily a catalog that a P&L goes against, because I get that you, as Jeannie said, we're doing it so you can have a base kit to start with, and then additional amenities to add into it. So we're looking at a quiet kit, a hydration kit, a new mom kit, those types of base kits, and then amenities below so you could add on to it.
I can tell you, put a new dad kit in there, because you'd be surprised how uncomfortable the dads are when they're spending the night in the hospitals with their wives, and everything is catering to the moms.
Well, that's also, maybe
You know
we
what,
need
guys,
to
don't
send
think
out a
of
survey
myself.
on that.
Johnny?
Yeah, you're gonna be there. You better take
We gotta
one
get
of the
the dad
kits
overnight
there.
kit.
don't care about
Luckily, I live like 5 minutes away, so I'm just gonna go home.
We gotta get the dad overnight kit.
Hold on, got one more thing.
One more
Hurry,
quick
you know,
thing,
see
We've seen hangover kits sold that way.
Oh, that's
we're doing, as you guys gave me all, your feedback, we sent out the uniform catalog, right? And I had 2 calls yesterday. Really interesting call from a food service person. So the first thing she said to me was, we don't buy scrubs. Our food service people don't wear scrubs. I was like, okay, I'm just want to get your feedback on the catalog and stuff like that. She said, but I would be interested in the underscrub for my people. They apparently wear a food service shirt. They wear black pants. Their whole uniform is black. They wear an apron, a chef's hat, all this kind of stuff, and those are the people that do bring the food out to the patients. And she said, I'd much prefer to have somebody wear an underscrub that says food services on it than for someone to bring in their own sweater or their own jacket and it not look professional. So it's
Interesting.
a really interesting thing, so I encourage you to
Is
think
that
about.
because they're getting their actual uniforms from like an Aramark or somebody?
No, so they
No?
buy their uniforms for the customers from Cartwell.
Hmm.
And it was interesting, the other thing I asked is, okay, who's paying for it, how many uniforms do they get? So it depends on the amount of hours they work, depends on the amount of uniforms they get. And so they provide the uniforms to them, and the other interesting thing she said was, and this is why I wanted to bring it up, is she would consider the underscrubs for like Nutrition Week or Food Services Week as a gift to give to them, which they did last year. They gave them short sleeve t-shirts and they were able to wear it on a Friday or a weekend. But I said, would you like to see it with a theme like for, the event or something like that? She said, no. I don't know if you've seen the catalog, it just says food services, has a little fork, knife, and spoon on it. And she said, that's really perfect because it's something they'll wear all year long. And so it's not about the event is the time that they want to give it, but it's something they would like their staff to wear all year long. So I thought it was really interesting because because it's not necessarily about the scrubs. That's why and she also mentioned, I like that you have the underscrub. I mean,
well, that's what you wanted, these people to give you feedback like that.
And I couldn't have scripted this call any better. She said all the things that I wanted her to say. She said, I like that you have it in the front of the catalog. I said, well, why would you buy it? She said, because it promotes a team. It will lift morale. People want to see that they belong to this team. With the other thing before she said was, I said, what do you think about the design? She said, I love that you have the designs because I don't have to think about it. You've done it for me. You've made it easy for me.
Yeah,
so those are all things and words
that you wanted to hear.
I was like, I said to Nelson, it's like as if I sent her all the answers before I called her. But she really sent me she really said everything I really wanted to hear without really feeding her all the, things. And it's very affordable. So you guys gave us feedback that we should send out these people that are giving us having the calls. We're going to send them an underscrub.
Yes.
But I just think that's a really interesting thing with all these different events coming up. Don't think that it has to be the scrub or the staff has to be wearing a scrub. This underscrub is a really big deal. It's not, it's going under food services.
Does everybody know what the underscrub is?
And
I don't.
Jean
George, you
really
know what it is?
started.
Yeah?
They went through the training.
Good, thank God. Sean, you know what it is? All right, good.
What's been the feedback on the layout?
So everybody, so it's really
The actual
interesting. The
catalog.
layout is they like it. It's not like nobody has like said, oh, I don't like the layout. This is annoying. The thing that the perception is that they can see the product, more of the product in a bigger way. And one person did say it's like I had to like move stuff around on my desk so I could flip through it. It was just like it was interesting to like have to flip through it in a different way. The other thing I asked about specifically is that last page where you have like the idea of a scrub or something to give away with the bag. So far, the two people that I've spoken to have said that it's very clear to them. They understood it. It's a nice idea. Some people, if you're not giving...
If you don't give a welcome gift like that, then you don't give a welcome
exactly,
gift.
100%, exactly. Exactly. But it was like they liked
so
the
far,
idea.
So good with that, right, Fran?
They liked the idea. So I think the underscrubs is a really big concept.
So can we do just a single sell sheet on that?
Sure.
Okay.
All
I
right,
think
great.
with all these events coming up, that's a really nice gift.
Nice gift.
So so you're doing all this testing with this uniform catalog. When are we getting it out to the public if the testing is okay?
So well, it is okay. It's like we wanted to see the format, things that we want to change. So we already know a bunch of stuff already that we're going to do. I would say in another week I'll wrap up calls.
Yeah.
And then hopefully by September we'll be able to get the catalog out.
So it hasn't mailed yet. We just did
So I wanted to mail out for the holiday.
We mailed it to close to 300 people just to get feedback on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she did it.
Yeah.
But for the
She asked
underscrub,
all
we
of
can do a
us for
sell
like
sheet to
10
sell it
names.
now
All
we're under
Right.
BCA and stuff like that.
Because there is a printed catalog, right?
Yeah. So Nelson wanted it to be printed. We
Okay.
printed 1,000 of these
Got
catalogs.
it, okay.
There is a typo in the catalog, so somebody noticed, some people didn't notice, and it's a big typo.
We spelled positive wrong? No.
No, I did it, I pointed it out in the training, so if you guys were paying
Does
attention.
anybody remember?
If not,
How about a contest?
you let me know if you remember. But yeah, there's, you could really use the catalog. All this stuff is up on the website.
All right, so it's all on the web. Everybody know where it is?
Under uniform.
And what about kits? Are kits still on the web?
So there's a discussion about the kits on the web. I had a discussion. I need to discuss this further with
Okay.
Nelson because Mike Kravinsky does not want, if it's not in a campaign, he's not a fan of it, right? So I need to get buy-in from Nelson to say, look, these aren't in campaigns, but we need to have it because everybody.
No, they're Kai's car. Yeah, it's
They're-
Kai's
they're-
number.
So
Right.
they're
It's just
on the
a basic
website, but they're
case.
in different
Yes,
places. Is that
no,
how it is?
Like
They
I
are-
put sample orders for some, and if they're not in a catalog, he tells me I can't send them.
Well, because, right, so we
All right,
have.
we'll get to the bottom of that. Don't worry about that, folks.
A lot of these,
Fix
like
that.
what they have to do for Kaiser, what we had to do for Kraus is to create special item
Right,
numbers.
so, but I don't think, Mike is
But we
referring
need-
to that, we
I-
have stock,
Yeah, we need-
we have kits that are on the website that are AKs.
Right.
And those are things, those are the ones that you want to
Give
be
the
able to
idea.
send
Yeah,
out.
those
Those
are
are
the
the ones
starting
you need.
pieces.
You need at least some to send out as samples to get them to going with the idea.
So as we put our Amenity Kits catalog together, we will have those kits in there.
All right, so just talk to Nelson and let's find,
Right,
let's
so
square
some
it up
other
to
ones,
what
right.
kids are we're gonna keep and
Right.
stuff.
Do you have letters and stuff that
Right.
go out with your kids, samples
Well,
that you
with
send
my,
out?
yeah, we make a letter from
You
me.
do, so you have all that, the standardized letters.
Mhm.
Okay.
We'll take it and kind of morph it into.
Yeah,
Yeah.
morph it into one, yeah.
General.
'Cause, you know,
Okay.
Or
I
one that we can just drop in your information.
Right.
like a generic one.
And we're also working on
Capabilities.
the next version of Culture of Care.
Oh, nice, okay.
Good.
If Jeannie's sell sheets really represent what clients are looking for, can we adapt those into a catalog and send it to patient service directors?
Well, you have the sheets that electronics, right?
I'm talking an actual catalog.
Well, I think that's
Well,
what Fran's doing with the amenity kit, right?
And I mean, I make a binder, so if
Right.
Deshaun, do you wanna make a binder for everybody?
We're gonna make a brochure.
Why can't we make even a flip catalog? Why can't we
So
do a
we
flip
are
catalog?
Working on that many
Well,
kit
cause
catalog,
these
it's
are
in the
already,
works.
these are already existing on our website and stuff, I just singled them out from, as
Sell
like.
them? Did you sell them?
What?
The items that are in there?
A
Yeah,
version
because
of them.
but I email these to my customers,
Right.
I email
Why can't we
them.
create like a Zoom or flip catalog that you could easily update, that we could take things like this, be able to send the link to the customer, and it, you know, easy page turn for them, like they're going through a physical catalog, and we can change things out and in
mean,
as needed.
What do you
I
do
think
with
that's,
that?
I think that's a great idea, but I'm just telling you why I haven't done it already, is because when I'm talking to one customer, I'm talking to them about a quiet kit. I don't wanna send them a flip book where they're flipping through 30
Right.
pages that has
Right.
nothing to do with
Right.
them. If I'm gearing my stuff, I have my sell sheet that for the yoga ball. I have my sell sheet for the hydration program. That's what I'm talking to this person about. If I wanna talk to them about 2 programs, I'll send them 2 sell sheets. Because customers have a
So you customize it.
limited
Attention span?
attention span. And I
Bob, do you
don't
ever
wanna
use any
lose
of
it.
these sheets that are available now?
From Jeannie's catalog?
Well,
No.
I
Or
think
the
they're all.
cell
No,
sheets
no,
are
no, I
sugar.
do sell sheets, but none of the ones from Jeannie's
Sean,
catalog.
aren't those cell sheets that Jeannie has in her binder, or those are available, they're on the
Generic.
CRM system, right?
Yeah, they're.
But
actually,
again,
that's
you
what
might
we
be
just
able
did
to
is
not be
one.
able to find them because of the sugar mess.
So again, it is in sugar, so you can scroll through to find them. The searching, we got to clean that up. But also, if you recall, there's a on the sales support Z drive. There's a sales materials
That's it.
folder, and I'll send the link out again. But in it is all of these in a PDF as well as
Just
anything
tell
else
me
we
tomorrow
create.
which ones you want.
No, I'll send them to you.
No, it's
You're
a
missing the
great
point.
idea.
My point is, I wanna take this, develop it into a virtual catalog and send an email blast out to patient service directors. And I don't know,
So
So I think, but,
We can-
so
I can make it
guys,
visual.
this kinda goes back, I think, to what Mike Padone talked about on our first session. There's a difference that Jeannie, I think, has that's successful is
Right.
she's picking up the phone and she's calling these people and she's qualifying and she's making sure they're. It's not an email blast that she's doing a direct mail campaign to say, if you're interested, call me. She's having to create the interest, and you can only do that by picking up the phone and talking to the person.
But Bob, is what you're saying is you want to leave behind piece? Is that what you're
No,
saying?
he wants a direct mail campaign
I
to
want- I-
patient services.
because she sold those items,
Mhm.
and they are items that we carry or we source.
Mhm.
I think there's a shortcut that we can achieve
Right.
by doing an email blast campaign to patient service directors who will see the quiet kits, okay? And quite honestly, in a lot of, and among other products, and in many cases, these people will have more of a tendency to read an email than to pick up a physical catalog. I'm just thinking, I'm saying like for 2019, boy, to me this would be a nice shot if we could just see, do a test on it. Let's send it out to 2,000 people, see how it
Course that.
comes back.
I think you bring up a valid point, but let me tell you what the challenge is. Where are we gonna find 2,000 email addresses for patient experience coordinators?
You can't buy it?
No.
Doesn't it?
No, it
Sugar.
doesn't
Sugar
exist.
exists. Sugar.
That's the challenge, Bob.
Update our accounts.
Sugar. You put in patient experience on the title? And then post it.
Okay, you might be the only person who has them listed in sugar.
We'll do the research, and we'll report the findings. How about that, Bob?
That would be great.
All right.
I just think it's an opportunity
But
for us.
But guys, when you're talking, but if you're talking right now to, you're doing your breastfeeding or your BCA follow-up calls right now, as Jeannie said, you could just sit there and say, oh, thank you, you're doing an order with us this year, that's great, we appreciate it. Can I ask you a question? Who's in charge of patient experience within your hospital? They'll give you the name.
Bob, the challenge, that's the challenge. It's not like a nursing director list.
No. I'm looking at it,
Everybody.
I'm looking at patient service directors at one time and shorten the cycle, or I'm getting on a phone with them. I might be able to, through osmosis, through luck, just catch on with 5 or 10 of them immediately through an email blast, which has got to be a lot less costly than doing a physical catalog.
That's what I'm saying. The list doesn't exist.
All right, I thought we could buy it, okay?
No, it doesn't.
And
Believe me.
I believe, and I understand where Bob's coming from, because with the emails, but I truly believe that all my efforts paid off because I was on the phone. Do you understand?
Good point.
Because I was on the phone,
Absolutely.
and I made an impression with what I said and all that, and then I do phone, then I do the email, then I do the samples. But I don't think I would have made an impact with the emails, and I'll tell you why. Positive Promotion sends out a lot of emails.
Yep.
Half of them are freaking deleted, I'm sorry. They
I tell you
are.
what, Bob,
That's
why don't
why
we
if
try
I don't
both?
talk to my people, I never think they get anything. That's why I'm always in front of my people.
Well, I also think you added to the point when you did your initial call example, you're showing, you're not gonna be able to add that humor where you say, no, don't answer that, I know the answer. Like that's never gonna be conveyed in an email. It's just.
Yes, you're 100% right, except how many clients will see that peanut ball that she's selling, all right, and all of a sudden say, my God, we could use this in our labor and delivery room, or or something like that with their nurses. I'm talking about, and let me be very, very clear when I say this, Jeannie spent a lot of time and effort getting these sales, all right? I'm kind of piggybacking on her efforts, all right? Seriously. Because I think it's a shorter way for us to be able to maybe get some possible orders, or at least some possible interest on products that she's already sold that are successful. Now, maybe I'm barking up the wrong tree, but as she's telling us this, I'm just seeing this as, here's an opportunity for us to possibly increase our sales. Jesus, how many people before she did this thing knew about this peanut thing that she's selling?
I didn't even know
or
that.
any of a host of other products that are in there, okay? And she's selling current trends that we're not even aware of, all right? So to me, I'm not saying go and spend a ton of money on printing a catalog. I'm saying an email blast. Let's just give it a shot. If we could find that kind of a list, great. If not, well, what can I say?
We could do, we'll leave on this point, we could take our healthcare list, which consists of volunteer directors, nursing directors, some HR people, and show a quiet kit and talk about what Jeannie said, if they have issues in their facility with noise, and then do some type of form stack lead gen.
I was gonna say the form stack, because I did the form stack.
That you can do.
Thing, and
That you can definitely start that way.
Like
So-
a patient care, form stack. Do you have kit programs? What kits do you have? Are you interested in getting samples of the kits that we have?
Yep.
And then send them out this HFK thingamabobby.
That's right.
Are you aware of this?
All right.
today?
On that note,
Come-
all right,
come
thank you,
mambo.
everybody.